2024 will become the right moment for the game's developer to create the best MMORPG on mobile, PC, with cross-platforms. Of course, it's because the phone has a higher specification spec that requires a high-quality MMORPG games in 2024. Please help this video get 200 likes. Thanks. Top 10 Amazing Upcoming MMORPG Games 2024 Android iOS. You can support this channel and send us a special thanks. RF Online Next. RF Online Next. It's unbelievable to know if this legendary MMORPG on PC will have the new sequel and will release on mobile, which the name is RF Online Next Mobile MMORPG 2024. It totally reminds me of a great day of my childhood. When the most popular game genre was MMORPG, I really hope the developer of Netmarble takes a huge responsibility and take it seriously and carefully on making this game. Please don't ruin a huge expectation from the fans because until now, there are so many active communities of RF Online pretty active, like on Facebook and many different platforms. We all know how fanatic the RF players are, and it always comes deeper into the battlefield in a racist war. I hope they keep looking after a huge race war between Akretia, Bellato, and Korra. We have seen the actual gameplay footage of RF Online Next. So the gameplay that I get is we can do an instant kill when the enemy HP is really low, and it will show us a special effect. We can call a robot to raid it and unleash a massive damage with a huge area of effect skill, and I think it's an Akretia race. I think it will answer your question because I really notice if this game show us the auto icon on the right bottom corner and we can tap the main quest to auto navigation. But it's something common for a MMORPG nowadays with an autoplay, and it's good to grind and save our time as well to level up our characters. You need to watch the game trailer because it shows us how three different races are gathering and discussing something. What do you think about RF Online Next Mobile? Will it become the best MMORPG games on 2024 for Android, iOS and PC? Please write in the comments below, thanks. But for me, it will become the most popular MMORPG and the most played MMORPG in 2024 for mobile and PC. Dragon Kingdom. Dragon Kingdom. This is a new MMORPG that just had his first beta testing. I can't say it's the best upcoming MMORPG for mid-range phones. The game size is just 1 GB plus with a beautiful art style and graphic. I really love it has a cartoon animation with 3D visual graphic. We will start with picking 5 different classes, which are Warrior, Mage, Assassin, Priest, Archer, and those classes can promote into 2 different subclasses with a better status point that you can reach it only when you achieve a certain level. So the gameplay of Dragon Kingdom is really simple because we can do an autoplay by tapping the main quest or side quest menu. But when you are facing the boss monster, make sure you play it manually because the boss will cast a heavy skill damage that you can dodge and avoid manually, and it will grant your winning chance higher. While exploring the beautiful Plaza City, we can ride a path to faster reaching the main point area. The game is not full optimized yet, need more voiceover to make this game feel more interesting. But overall, it will become the best MMORPG 2024 for mid-range phones with small size MMORPG games. Dragon and Warrior. Dragon and Warrior. This game has 4 different classes. Every class has male and female gender, so it's not a gender-locked MMORPG. The character customization is really simple. We have been prepared for these things. We only have few options. The voiceover is in Chinese at the moment, and also we can explore the open world much easier by tapping on the main quest. When we just started the game, we'll have so long of prologue about getting forced by the red fire dragon, but we can skip the whole dialogue to save our times. The gameplay on Dragon and Warrior is we can learn a new skill based on the level you have reached in a certain level's character. Dash and dodge is possible to do. In combat, we can keep casting the skill we have as long as the cooldown is ready. It doesn't consume any mana, energy or even stamina. It makes the games look more casual. We can get a better pet store by combining the same pet's grades to increase the pet store grade. When we arrive at the city, the whole architecture reminds me of the Legend of the Neverland. Dragon and Warrior is the best MMORPG on Android 2024 and iOS. Stri. Finally, we will have the best new MMORPG, no autoplay, no auto skill, no auto combat, and no auto navigations. The game's graphic really take my impression a lot, especially since it doesn't come with anime, and becomes one of the most realistic MMORPG with so futuristic visual in sci-fi worlds. No wonder it's playable on cross-platform on Steam, PC, and mobile. Their first beta testing, and I totally feel it's need a lot of work on adjusting the game into mobile platforms, especially when we come into the battlefield. It feels so laggy. Even I have adjusted the graphic setting, but I can totally enjoy the combat mechanism, like we can create a great combination of attacks and skill on the air, only when the icon button is shown shortly. So we need to tap it faster, then when the enemy lands into the ground, it will be dealing so much damage. We will be picking two different races, which are Woken or New Terran. Then, as a warrior, we can pick many kinds of different weapons. Best upcoming MMORPG 2024 for mobile, Android, iOS, and PC, cross-platform MMORPG. Legend of Ymir. This game actually does not officially tell us what will be released on which platform, but so far we have seen the developer which we made and we mix already launched some MMORPG on mobile with PC in cross-platforms, especially in Ymir titles. This MMORPG actually looks promising with a super high graphic and is made of realistic motion capture on the character face and also the movement mechanism. We have seen the actual gameplay footage on his first trailer and I would love to play it. So Legend of Ymir MMORPG will be taking place in the medieval era. We can see clearly by the building structure and also how the landscape is pretty wide. The gameplay allows the player to fishing and get some material of stone to craft new equipment. I love when we can do a jumping higher, looks like we are flying in the sky. They have seen some different classes, which are Lancer with his javelin, Berserker with axe and shield on his hand, and also Magician. We can get a horse to ride and explore the world as well. I really love that the boss raid can play in a team multiplayer. There is a huge war that can be joined by a massive players number. Absolutely the best graphic MMORPG on 2024 for Android, iOS, and PC. Monster Saga Evolution. This game was made by Game. As we all know, this developer is pretty active on making new MMORPG that play for low endpoints and has a reasonable size game. But mostly he will create a ton of server with fully auto gameplay. We can pick three main jobs, which are Warrior, Archer, and Mage. We are also able to pick sub-jobs and have different status points. The gameplay is really easy to run even if we reach a higher level in a flash, just less than 2 hours. We can reach level 20 in effortless. The character's design is an anime style at all, exploring the world by riding a free mount, but I think the world is quite small. That's why the number of the players is too chaotic when we grind the EXP by the monster. Best MMORPG for low to mid-point games. Blade and Soul 2. This is the new series of Blade and Soul Mobile that it has way better graphic than the last version, but needs a high point spec to run the game smoothly. I really love how the game allows you to do many actions like blocking and parrying the enemy's attack when we hit the button accurately. Creating an air combo is possible on certain jobs. Honestly, the run features really help us explore the huge open world. The gameplay combat shows us that we can transform ourselves and become a very powerful creatures, and every status will increase significantly like power, strength, durability, and endurance. Unfortunately, this game only does beta testing in a certain regions and is very difficult to get in there and try the game. So on this video I have set the graphic into maximum so you all can see how the game will work on the highest point spec level, but it's totally worth it. MMORPG to try on 2024 for Android, iOS, and PC. Stri of Zavier. Stri of Zavier, one of the most beautiful and aesthetic art style of MMORPG. Actually, this game was released on PC version before, and right now you can play it on a Japanese version, but surely will release on global in 2024. The game has an unique artwork and probably the only one MMORPG has done this visual so far and become the main attractions for the players. The gameplay of Stri of Zavier mobile is we should make a team up with some players while riding various bosses. We can dodge their skill by jumping as well. Unfortunately, we can play it automatically, but it doesn't mean you need to do it at all, because we also need to avoid the heavy skill by the monster. The mount we can ride is really unique. It seems like a motorbike but runs slower. This MMORPG is not about hunting the monster at all, because we can decorate our room to make it look prettier. But of course you need some material to build this up. Best MMORPG Mobile 2024 for Android iOS. CodeG Golden War. CodeG Golden War. This game is pretty similar to the other MMORPG games, but surely it has a better graphic and brighter color. I really love the ambience, so colorful. It will spoil our eyes and can stay longer playing it, even if the game is fully autoplay, but it's okay. The game is made by Chinese developer, but the character creation seems like Western motion capture at all. At the moment, the game only has 5 different job selections and 1 upcoming class. In combat, we can use the skill that we learn through the character's level up. Then in a certain level, we will directly learn a new skill. Most of the skill has an area of effect, so it will be really good for you on grinding by killing the monster. So we don't need to consume any mana points. It's totally just need to wait for the cooldown times to run out. I would be honest, this MMORPG is the best to play in 2024 only for a casual player, because it has an auto mode features at all. Zenonia Chrono Break. Zenonia Chrono Break. Just to let you know, Zenonia is my first game on Android iOS that I played. I played this game since the first series, which was made by pixel art style, but then Zenonia Chrono Break suddenly launched his first game trailer with way different art style at all. From pixel into anime 3D graphic, that is an insane progress actually. But also the game genre has changed from ARPG into MMORPG, which we will be able to see a massive players along the way of Zenonia world. Unfortunately, it's just a dream. In reality, the whole city seems quiet, even if the game is only released in a specific regions, but the developer needs to do something different on the gameplay. Probably try to make the game become no autoplay MMORPG games for Android iOS. Hopefully it will release globally in 2024 for Android iOS. Bonus Hardwood Online. Bonus Hardwood Online. I would love to put this game on the best list MMORPG 2024 on mobile because of I didn't find any 2D game MMORPG that can stand against Hardwood Online. As a pixel game, it has such a rich features, even the higher graphic MMO doesn't have as complete as this game. The gameplay allows us to change the server with the same characters. So it's up to us on picking the best server to enjoy the smooth ping games experience. We can meet the players and start trading the items and sell it on your own price. The mount is available to collect, but it's pretty difficult to find it. We can obtain the mount through the drop items from a common monster. The one thing I really love is this MMORPG no autoplay, MMORPG no auto combat, MMORPG no auto quest, MMORPG no auto attack and no auto skill. That's why there is so many active players who keep playing this game, and I'm sure it will still become the most played MMORPG on Android iOS.